Now, as the situation between the United States and the Palestinian Authority continues to deteriorate, namely with the official closing of the PLO offices in D.C. today, many are questioning why Israel doesn't pressure other Western nations to follow suit, especially given the Palestinian Authority's financial support for and incitement to terrorism. Well, returning now to the studio to discuss is Davidi Hermelin, the president of the International Center for Public Diplomacy in Israel. Davidi, thank you so much for coming back in and joining us today.
Shalom.
All right, so my first question, why don't other nations follow suit and close PLO offices or embassies?
I think that because no one is asking them, and maybe this is the correct time that Israel will take a proactive role and will stop the defensive attitude and will start to be more active and to demand that Palestinian behavior will not be acceptable, as they have the right to do whatever they want. One thing I think should challenge us, and that's to use this situation to remind the world that, unlike what many politicians around the world are keep saying, there are no Palestinian collective rights for statehood or for self-definition. This is something that the world is giving them. And the condition to give this to them is the acceptance of the existence of Israel. And many, many years, we said that the most important thing for peace would be the hope. I think that this is the main obstacle. As long as the Palestinians will have hope that Israel will not exist, or that they will achieve their goals without accepting the existence of Israel as a Jewish state, as long as this hope is alive, so there will we will not achieve the peace.
So again, what needs to happen then, and how realistic is that? How can Israel get other Western nations, because the United States seems to have signed on to this ideology, or to this policy, but how can Israel get other Western nations effectively to join in?
To be honest, I don't think that other nations will do that, but this is good opportunity to remind the public opinions and the governments that any Palestinian demand or any Palestinian so-called right is function of Israel's wish, and that they don't have fundamental rights. I don't say that other nations will accept that, but this is about time to remind them that by the international law, all the territorial collective rights in the western side of the Jordan belong to the Jewish nation and to its nation state, which is Israel. And this is good window of opportunity to remind that, not because we will convince someone, but because we will change the atmosphere of the discussions, that it's not about how much Israel will give up, but how much the Palestinians will give up.
All right, well, Davidi Hermelin, thank you for coming in and sharing your insights with us.
Thank you very much.